Yo, what's going on, guys? It's me, Aaron, with Evolution Daily, and today I'm going to be explaining to you one of the huge reasons, the most prevalent reasons why relationships end up failing and how you can avoid this problem. But before I begin, I want you to smash that subscribe button. I upload videos every single week, hidden camera, infield pickups, dating advice, tons and tons of really, really good shit. So here's the deal, okay? I've seen a lot of my friends deal with this. I've dealt with this in the past myself, and I honestly believe that it's really the number one killer of a really good relationship. And what it comes down to is either party or both parties in the relationship starting to slow their roll, if you will, on their ambitions. So what'll happen is you'll be really, really driven. You have this evolutionary pressure to reproduce, essentially, or to find a mate, for safety, for all these different reasons. It just really kind of sucks if you've been single for a really long time. And a lot of my subscribers that are watching this video right now are thinking, hey, being single is fucking cool, I can go out and get laid. That's not the case for most people. So if you're choosing to be single because you want to go out and get laid a lot, then that's fucking awesome. But for most people, that's just usually not the case. And a lot of people really are just looking for a companion. So you go out and maybe you are lifting weights. Maybe you're getting in great shape. Maybe you're really focused on your business and your hobbies and your passions and all these different things. And then what ends up happening is that attracts a really good girl. And you're stoked. That attracts a great quality woman into your life. And you get into that relationship and everything's great at the beginning. Everything's going well for a while. You guys are really enjoying each other, having a blast. The sex is great. The sex is constant. Everything's awesome for a while. Then what happens is you got a lot of nights of, pizza and sweatpants and Netflix and chill, but not in the fun, exciting way, more of just the actually watching shows online. And that can be great. That can be really fucking good, and it definitely is. But it can also be a distraction, and it can distract you. It can say, you know what, why am I gonna go to the gym right now when I can go fucking drink some beers with Bae? It's fucking taco night. Why am I gonna put in the extra hours on my business right now when I could just fucking have sex with this girl, my girlfriend who I fucking love? Everything is amazing. And you start to slow down on your business. And then all of a sudden, all of these things that you did at the very beginning of the relationship or before the relationship that attracted her to you, that made her feel like, man, this fucking guy, I want to be with this guy. You had the fire in the belly. You had the ambition. You had things going on. You were fun. You were always doing something that excited her in one way or another. She was attracted to who you were then, and then over time, those things start to dwindle. Again, you're going a little lesser on your business, or you're not as driven in school or career, or you're not really partaking in the hobbies that she thought were cool. All these different things. And because what it is it's just so warm. It's such a warm feeling to just be hanging out with that girl, to just be having sex with that one girl, to just be hanging out with her all the time. A lot of you guys deal with this with game. I dealt with this myself. I've talked about this in the past. I got really, really deep into pickup in about 2012, went really hard for about 6 months, and then I started dating the very first girl that was basically willing to date me, and we had a great relationship. If she ever sees this video, I've got nothing but love for that girl, absolutely, and she did nothing wrong. However, what I started to do wrong is I got in the game, and I kind of become fucking, I'm sleeping with some girls. I get my body under control. I lost a lot of weight. If you guys have been watching Evolution Daily for a while, then I lost roughly about 100 pounds. And so I started to lose that weight, and I started to look better, feel better. I was driven. I was ambitious. I was starting to work on some different internet projects, selling some stuff on Amazon, whatever. Get in with this girl, and all I want to do is drink beer and go out with her. That's all I wanted. And that was fun for a while. It was great. But then what starts to happen? Then I start to lose my social skills because I'm not gaming at all. I'm not gaming at all. And I start to lose my social skills. I start to gain the weight back. I become just a little less driven and a little more just kind of ready to settle. And at this time, that relationship was, I believe, from 22 to 23, right around there. And I'm like, fucking giving up essentially because I've got this girl. What do I have now? I've got the safety, I've got the validation, I've got the steady sex, I've got all these things. So why do I really want to fucking go out there? And girls that I'm with now, any girl that I engage in a relationship with now, they know, I mean, I'm fucking Aaron from Evolution Daily. They know I'm out here fucking gaming. They know what I'm doing, right? But back then, it wasn't that way. I didn't have this pressure to keep my game up. So that's one really, really big, crucial piece of advice I would give to you guys that are watching this, that are into game, that are going out and doing pickup, is even when you do get into these relationships, even if you stay 100% monogamous, don't stop gaming, just don't close. Go out with your fucking boys, talk to girls, flirt with girls, keep that fucking sexual energy alive. And that's gonna do a number of things. One, that's gonna keep your social skills up, and that's gonna protect you so that way, if I made the big mistake of basically losing my game over that period of like 2 years, and then when I started over again, it was like fucking back to basics, back to ground fucking zero. But by gaming within a relationship, you're gonna be able to keep that fucking skill set up, and you're gonna be able to maintain that abundant mindset in the relationship where okay, you know what? I am staying true to this girl. I'm staying monogamous with this one girl, but I know that the second this shit ends, I could go out and fucking get other girls. And that's gonna keep you from doing a number of things. I mean, that's gonna make it so that way you don't just stay with the girl because you don't feel like you can get anybody else. I mean, look at that. That is really, really common. There's a lot of people out there that do exactly what I'm talking about to bring it full circle. They slip up, they get fat again. What do they call that? They call that relationship weight, right? So they start to slip up again. They're not really as ambitious. They kind of like fucking lose themselves in this relationship. And then what it becomes is they start to feel like, oh, fuck. Now if I break up with this girl or she breaks up with me, she fucking leaves me, I'm fucked. I'm not gonna be able to go out there and get any more girls. So keep your goddamn game up 100%. And what else that's going to do is that's going to, and this might be a little controversial to say, whatever, but that's gonna kind of keep the pressure on the girl, right? I mean, she sees that you're still always that charismatic dude. Even the two of you are starting to, you're at the car rental place and you're talking to the girl at the counter, and she just sees that you kind of have this sexual vibe with that girl. She can see that that girl would want to fuck you if you were single. That's going to sort of keep the evolutionary pressure on her and essentially keep her more attracted and keep her more wanting to stay in that relationship and maintaining that attraction that she had for you from the very beginning. So again, I just wanted to really nail some of the things that I think are the key causes of relationships failing. Gotta stay ambitious. That's the key here. You've got to stay ambitious. Look at some power couples in the world, right? That's a very popular term. Power couples. These two very powerful people. I mean, you look at Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, okay? And I don't know the inner workings of their relationship. I have no idea. For all we know, they're fucking miserable behind closed doors. However, at least on fucking television and shit, they seem to be pretty good. Seems like they got a good thing going on. And I would be willing to bet, I'd be willing to attribute the success of that relationship to the fact that they're both fucking still working on movies. What do you got going on today, babe? Oh, I'm really trying to close this deal to get on this fucking movie. Oh, what do you got going on today? Oh, I'm going to book this fucking thing, travel over here, go to the Today Show, whatever. They're both maintaining what kept them attractive from the very beginning. Obviously we're talking about two very good-looking people, but I see this in successful relationships with my friends, successful relationships that I've had, and just people in general. I mean, look at how sometimes like you see two people and maybe you're around them or maybe not, and you can just kind of tell though that they're with each other because they're sort of like the only ones that each other could get, and I hate to say this, but sometimes this will happen with very overweight people. Me, for example, I mean, you guys know my story. I had like a couple little girlfriends and things like that, like before game, I got laid a little bit. And it was really just with girls that were in my league. I didn't see that girl and think, oh, fuck, I would love to sleep with that girl. I really want to date that. It wasn't really that. And they were the same thing. I'm not being just, same thing for them to me, I'm sure. It was like, I'm sure they see the fucking stud. They see Aaron of Evolution Daily now. They're like, I want to be with that fucking guy. But, I'm kidding. But they were just in my league and I was in theirs. And I think that ends up being the case. So what you really, really want to do is just do everything you can to create a better man, to create a more desirable figure. And then what that's going to do is that's going to make it so that way you can then attract the quality girls that you want into your life. And then using what I talked about in this video, staying ambitious to, you know, really ensure that you don't slip up and that you don't lose your attraction and that you keep that relationship alive by ensuring that you're fulfilled and pushing your girl to be fulfilled as well. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, be sure to smash that subscribe button, smash that bell so you can smash hot girls and your goals. Peace.